Okay.
Okay.
Okay. I'm gonna give your body my phone so I'm not tempted.
Well, I'm gonna have my phone on the notes
I
page.
will need that too. That's the problem.
Um,
You could how about you call out anything I wrote if
I'll call out really quickly. Can I floss my back molar
you
really
may.
quick?
You may.
We are recording, yes.
Yes.
One thing I love about me, well, first of all, I'm wearing new pants, and
Awesome. They
I
look
said last
pretty.
thanks. Last week I was sweating so much between my tits that I couldn't wear pants, so I was below the
You were
belt.
sweating so much between your tits that you couldn't wear pants.
Well, because I couldn't take off my shirt, so something's got
Something
to.
had to give. Starring
That is
Diane Keaton.
Brooke. That is our motto going into Q2. Something's got to
Something's
give.
got to give. I've been saying that a lot recently, actually.
What
Like
happened?
after any inconvenience, something has got to give.
Something's got to give. And I'm not talking about me. I'm talking about
Something else has got to give. I'm
something.
not ready to give right now. Something else has to.
I'm
Completely.
not. I'm not giving
I'm ready to
right now.
receive. I am
I'm
ready to receive.
I'm ready to receive. I'm
Yeah.
open to receiving.
Connor,
Giving is more an outside thing that needs to
I'm
happen.
on the I've never been more on the same page as you.
Yeah, I'm feeling really aligned with you as well too.
Go get
Also.
your flosser.
Oh yeah. Well, I think I fear they're packed away in my larger suit, my larger away suitcase,
Okay.
which is the size of a full size bed. I think that I think I could get like a camping size mattress into that suitcase.
Awesome. And that's not even sponsored.
Listen, bitch, something's gotta
So
give.
are you gonna floss your back molar or not right now?
No, I'm giving up on that dream. It was a pipe dream anyways.
Okay, well, just to flag my teeth really quickly, I am gonna have a lisp for the next few months, and that is what it is. I wish something would give. I don't think it's going to in this situation.
Nah.
Um, but please note that I do have a lisp because I have my new aligners in, and my gap is actively closing. So it's good news that I have a lisp. So I hope that you appreciate that as much as I do.
Lisps are kind of in.
I have always loved a little lisp. I always thought it was cute. It's probably a little less cute coming through a mic. It maybe loses the charm of seeing it come out of the person. Because I like when you can see their like mouth move in a certain way that
Yeah.
creates the lisp, you know?
Yeah, I do know.
But that is what it is. And I'm not allowed to put the white paint in these. So you can see the gap through them if you look hard enough. But it's fine. I don't
Well,
care.
just mind the gap, as they say overseas.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Just do me a favor, mind the
Um,
gap.
so back to the something that has to give.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't mind me circling back to that juncture, I have something's happened spiritually to me, been laid upon me spiritually. Something shifted.
Okay. Something
I don't.
gave.
Something gave, or something's giving
It's giving.
currently, but something's happening. Something's shifting. Something might be giving as we speak. Um, I've been really being I'm having been affected in real time by like graffiti and poetry and I look at the ground and I'm looking at this thing and it's like I read this saying and I'm like, oh yeah, that was made for me, that was given to me. That's something that has to be given. One I read and I was like, it said like, I don't need your drugs, I just need your high fashion. I was like, oh, what does that mean? That's an ad for Addison Rae's new album. So that was not really written in the stars as much as on the ground. But
I love that you're being profoundly moved by the written word.
I'm being moved. And I think it's because I'm moving so much, both literally and I'm so open to receiving as well. And I've also been experiencing, maybe my awareness is really heightened right now. I've been experiencing really prolonged eye contact with animals recently.
Did you see what I posted about how to tell your pet that you love them?
I must have missed it. I don't know. When did you post?
Prolonged eye contact with a
Oh,
slow blink. So I've been doing that for a
I did see
week
that.
straight because I've been traveling so much, just looking at John and doing a really slow blink for minutes at a time. So that's what you can do when you're doing the eye contact with your animals. And then really, yes. Almost, and I would even keep your eyes closed for a second or two once. Yeah. That's what I've been doing. Yeah.
Yeah, felt good.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I'll start implementing that into my day to day. But
Like squirrels and
yeah,
stuff.
squirrels, even some people that
Humans are animals too.
humans are animals. I had one yesterday that I wish that I could have talked to someone about it because I almost feel like I dreamed it. It wasn't like a eye contact thing. It was like a craning of the neck. And this was an older gentleman with long hair and glasses. It was impossible to miss. And I want to wear a GoPro on my head at all times. I want it on because there are things happening to me right now that are making me feel like I might be the subject of one of those shows where like this person starts to notice things happening around them and then they end
Truman
up being
Show.
Percy Jackson. Yeah, or Truman Show. That would also, yeah, that
Percy
works.
Jackson.
Percy Jackson where he ends up having powers.
So you think you're about to develop powers?
Powers or something, or someone's going to kill me. One of those.
You know, every morning I wake up and test to see if I have powers.
What do you do to test to see if
See
you
if I
have
can
power?
look at something and see if I can make it float.
Oh, like telekinesis.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm going to end up having, but I did
Or I'll try to turn off my alarm with just thinking.
like thinking, oh, like hopefully it'll turn off soon. It does
Well,
turn
I'll
off.
think turn off.
I also
But
think
in a
turn off.
way, it is kind of magic that my brain is telling my hand to do that.
Oh. So like your hand is your telekinesis, like you're moving your hand
But
with
that's the thing about like magic. If like we didn't know, if we weren't used to anything that happens in this world, we would think it was magic. Like the very thought of your brain telling your body to do things and them doing it, that's magic to someone who has never experienced those, to an alien who's never experienced those things.
You have just shifted so many perspectives that I have on my end because that's so true because we are really just our brain, right? I don't
Yeah.
know. That scares me so bad. Like we could both my brain and your brain could be just in a vat next to each other on a shelf and we could still have a podcast technically like
Well, we would need like a vessel to get the words out.
yeah, they could probably use some sort of like electrodes.
But yeah, I don't understand how the technology hasn't been invented yet where you just put like a human brain in a robot and like keep that person alive.
I have
Yeah.
the craziest question
The
for you.
robot and your
I have
brain. Like
I think this all the time and I try not to think about it too hard 'cause it freaks me out. But if you're like I don't know who to say, like if your sister passed on and they were like, well, we have her brain and we can put her brain and like you can still talk to her and stuff, but it's like legit just her brain. Like, would you be like, I love you?
What?
If it was just her brain, like you could still talk to her, like she was still technically like sentient.
Would she
Would
be
you
able
be
to talk to me?
Yeah, like they could, yeah. But it'd
So
be like
she's
her
just
brain.
my sister in a robot.
It'd be like you're like looking at, say, like her brain and then like her spinal cord on a pole or
So
something
the
on wheels.
SpongeBob woman.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, yeah.
Would I want that, or would I prefer
Would
that
you
to
be
death?
Would you be like, I love you,
Yeah,
sis?
yeah, of course.
Yeah.
But I would doubt that she would want to live that way. You know,
Right. Yeah.
honestly, though, I probably would if like my options are like eternal nothingness and just living with my spinal cord. Would I still be able to watch TV?
Yeah, sure.
Then yeah. I read the best book the other day about this girl who's just like so obsessed with the concept of death and the fact that she's going to be dead one day, and it's all she thinks about. And she sends herself like into complete spirals like every other second. And it was just like, truly, I've never read a book where I'm like, oh, I have thought this, but never been able to like put those thoughts into words. It was really a powerful experience. And it's really short. Maybe you could read it. It's called Everybody in This Room Will Someday Be Dead.
No, that's not.
Well, I'm
really
recommending it to everyone. It was so good.
That's not really up my personal alley.
Do you think it'd make you more anxious?
Yeah, randomly, a book called Everybody's Gonna Be Dead One Day does make
But
me
it's
feel
sometimes
like,
it's so comforting to know that everyone else is like having the same thoughts as you, and like you're
no,
not spiraling
I would
alone.
I would like to remove that from my brain and have like that would be the part of my brain that I would like lobotomize.
Mm-hmm.
Little off the top, please.
I get that. It's
Yeah.
not a great. Hey guys, we want to take a quick break to thank a sponsor of today's episode, EveryPlate. Have you been visiting takeout apps more than the gym? No judgment. Can I be completely transparent about something?
100%.
I have been probably the busiest that I've ever been in my life, and I mean that in like the least like braggy way possible.
Sure.
So I can't afford to, I don't even have time to order anything, Connor. I'll be honest with you. That's why EveryPlate has really come in handy, because it's right there for me already, and it takes truly seconds to put together. And I'm sure you agree with your level of busyness, etc.
Yeah, EveryPlate, the reason I like EveryPlate, I look forward to, and I want to be home like cooking for myself. It does something to your body. It makes you feel in control. And I don't like how often I visit those food delivery apps. Although I am busy, and it does seem like you can justify TF out of it. I know you hear me, sister, over there.
Mm-hmm.
And this just puts a little bit more control into your hands and body.
Love that.
You know?
That's well said.
And I mean, that was the best I could do to explain it, but I knew what I was talking about, and I feel like you did too. And we know each other's hearts, but
we know each other's hearts. Now I'm feeling bad that I was saying how busy I am. I'm not that busy, but I'm
Brooke,
still too busy.
You don't have to justify
to press
it
the
to
order
me.
button. So I still do need to do EveryPlate.
What I was trying to say is that, like, I hear you, I see you, I stand.
Is everything making sense?
And EveryPlate, listen, EveryPlate can help you dish up better habits with delicious, easy recipes delivered to your door.
I agree.
Even when you're so busy, including new calorie smart, carb smart, and protein smart options. With new Smart Swap recipes, you can swap flour tortillas for lettuce wraps, white rice for lettuce, and potatoes or sweet potatoes to make better for you meals. Skip the store and enjoy wholesome homemade meals that cost less than groceries.
Start with 50% off your first box with code BNC50 at everyplate.com/podcast. EveryPlate offer will be valid with auto-renewing subscription. I wish we just knew what would happen.
Okay, well, I'm gonna move right. I have to because see, this is not fun for me.
Okay.
Not that it has to be fun for me, but like
No,
I already said,
it's probably not fun for anyone. So
I already said I was gonna have a different type of gas leak today, but now I'm having like the original form of gas leak, which is like panic attack.
Pick something else.
Okay, I'll just tell you this. So this morning I had to walk and buy a new laptop because mine just like shit the bed. Of course, I'm coming to you live from my brand new laptop, my brand new MacBook. I walked over to the Apple store where I was greeted by the geniuses. And one thing about the geniuses is they're going to let you know that they're a genius. They are going to let you know that they hold all of the power of your professional life behind the desk and wherever in the back rooms where they keep all the devices. And who knows what happens in those genius back rooms. One thing I know is that all those geniuses are hooking up. I just know, I can feel the energy in the Apple store. They are hooking up with each other. They're hooking up across levels of their career. Like I don't think bosses are hooking up with interns. I don't know if Apple geniuses have interns or prodigies or whatever they call when you intern for a blacksmith, whatever that is. Protege, yeah. But what is it called when you're like a blacksmith and you have like a little boy as he's like shadowing you? Apprentice. I don't know if
blacksmith specifically.
That's who I think of as having an apprentice. Is like a blacksmith.
Okay.
Did we still have like apprenticeships or no? They're internships.
I mean, I don't think it would have been called an internship in the olden days.
No, I mean like now they're internships, right? That's what we've.
Of blacksmiths?
Are there blacksmiths?
Yeah. What technically does a blacksmith do?
Smith's metal, like hammers it.
Maybe his job has been replaced by a machine. Make
Um,
tools.
I guarantee we have at least one listener who's a blacksmith who's gonna come for our jugs.
I mean,
Blacks.
obviously, no one does it better than a person, but it's probably like been. There's probably less than there used to be. Let's just say that.
Hi, professional blacksmith here. So, hi, bestie, blacksmith here. So, what you said was really deeply offensive to the blacksmith community and our apprentices. Um,
I feel horrible.
oh my God. I actually the rings that I wear every day were made by hand
By
from
Blacksmith.
a young man in Santa Monica, and they're metal, scratch and stone. If you're
Okay, so
curious.
yeah, he was blacksmithing those.
Yeah, he was blacksmithing TF out of them, and he did a good job. But yeah, so I guess like that wasn't made by a machine. Okay, so blacksmiths are alive and well.
Yeah.
Anyways, I'm at the Apple store. I dared Brooke. I said, I dare you to go to Tangent Town, USA on everything we talk about today, and we're doing it. We're
Uh-huh.
doing it in a big way.
I agree.
I love it. Um, so basically, I go to the Apple store, and I'm like, I need to get a new laptop. Mine. All right. Well, no. At first, I was like, what's going on with my thing? And they're like, ooh, yeah, this one's probably, I don't think this is like necessarily, we can ship it in. And I was like, no, I need one in like 3 hours. Like I need a laptop. And they're like, yeah, we'd have to ship it in. He goes, when did you get this? And I said, like 3.5, 4 years ago. He goes, oh yeah, I mean, it's time for a new computer for sure. I go, when did things since when do things last 4 years only? I feel like my dad has owned things for his whole life.
No, like
Right?
Apple's like pretty open about the fact that like you're toast after a few years, which is like an interesting business model to be like vulnerable about.
They go, ooh, yeah, sorry, bestie. You're gonna have to drop $1,500 today. I was like, oh, hang on. I got like I still in my head, I was like, this is a new laptop to me.
No, yeah, they're very open about the fact that you just either need to spend the amount of a new laptop to get it fixed or just get a new laptop.
And then I was like, can I like trade this one in? They go, yeah, we could probably give you like $75. I go, no, hang on. Hang on. That is not even 1/10 of what I paid for it.
Yeah.
And I don't even know what's wrong. They didn't even tell me what's wrong with it. It was just breathing really hard. It was
Did it have
sounding
the
like
rainbow wheel?
it was sounding like a wind turbine engine, and all I had open was Notes and Chrome.
Mm-hmm.
And there was only it was Zoom open on Chrome.
Yeah, I don't know what to tell you.
God forbid a man has a podcast.
Yeah, something's got to give there.
Making it really hard for young men in the United States, young straight gentlemen to have a podcast.
Yeah.
So I go in, I buy a new laptop, and I leave with it. And on the way home, I buy a coffee. Now this is where it gets interesting, Brooklyn.
Okay, been waiting.
So I get a coffee, and they see that I have my hands full with my new laptop, and they go, okay, we'll do it to go. And I'm in a bodega. Like I wasn't gonna get a mug and hang out with the guy in the deli section. So they put it in a cup, and I was like, okay, well that's not. And then they put the cup in a bag,
Okay.
and I was like, oh wow, that's cool actually, because I can carry it with me home. I don't know why I thought like this bodega had invented a new technology where like the coffee's not gonna spill because it's in a bag. Obviously, like got home, it's just fully a bag full of liquid, and the cup's just turned over. And I had gotten a bagel that I did eat most of.
What's
And
what's your New York bagel order?
sausage, egg, and
You
cheese.
love sausage.
I love sausage. I'll never get a bacon, egg, and cheese. I just don't love bacon in that way, in the
We
same way
have
other
the exact opposite taste buds, I think.
I know. I just wanted to tell you my bagel was soaked with coffee today, and it was actually very good. So I might be the inventor of a caffeinated bagel.
Or like a coffee bean bagel.
Genuinely, like I feel energized. Granted, I was able to pour a little bit of the bagged coffee back into the cup.
What kind of bag was it?
Paper.
Oh, that's interesting.
Obviously, it must have been lined
That
with
it
some
didn't give
chemical
out.
plastic.
You would think it
Like,
would have given.
You would think it's something it would have to give in
Yeah.
that situation, but it wasn't the bag. The bag was not giving. So anyways, Made it home. I had a caffeinated bagel, and I needed the caffeine today because I didn't Snapchat you this. I might have Snapchatted you this as well. But outside of this apartment that I'm subletting, you see it here behind me.
You're subletting?
I'm subletting for the rest of the week. I should just go into that really quick. I'll just give everyone updates across the board. Since we're already in Tangent Town, let's just do it. I was obviously staying with Hunter. He was
Mm-hmm.
out of town though. When he got back into town, like I'm sitting there, I'm talking. I told you last week, I had random stuff like lockjaw after you said that. Like I just couldn't stop saying stuff like that out loud in his apartment.
You know, I can't stop doing the shut up that goes before the
Yeah,
lockjaw.
shut up. And so I'm sitting in his apartment, like saying stuff like that all day. He's like, "Can you stop pacing? Can you do?" And I'm like, "Okay, I need to get out of his apartment. This is no longer."
Can you stop
So,
pacing? Can you stop screaming lockjaw every 8 minutes?
like, what am I supposed to do
What
all
is the guy
day?
supposed to do?
Something's gonna give. It was me. I had to give. Like, actually, that I have given a little bit this week,
Uh-huh.
and it's that I subletted someone's apartment instead of staying somewhere where I was like taking up space. I felt bad, but now I'm here. And last night I got hot, so I like opened a window, and randomly there's just so much noise, and it was at midnight, and then it was 1 a.m., and then it was 2 a.m., then it was 3 a.m. And I look outside this morning, and they have set up. I'm not kidding, an entire movie set outside. I went and checked the sign. It's Law and Order SVU. How many episodes of Law and Order SVU are there that they're able to? I've seen this set like 40 times. Every time I come to New York City, they're set up somewhere in New York City.
I just had to look this up for research. I think it's on its 16th season.
You know what's insane?
Huh.
Always Sunny is on its 18th season.
Wait, then that can't be right about Law and Order. That's been around much longer. But SVU is a spinoff, right? Oh, there's 564 episodes. It is actually on its 26th season. It's close.
Okay. I mean, that's like 26 seasons if you think about it.
When you think about it, yeah.
For all my math freaks.
So so if there's 564 episodes out and it's on its 26th season, exactly.
Well,
There's exactly that many episodes per season.
how many did you say?
Yes.
Yeah. But they are genuinely setting up completely outside. I've seen the Law and Order SVU set every single time I've come to New York since I started coming to New York. And this time,
Isn't just the city the set? That's what they would say about BU whenever they were like, you don't need a campus. Boston is the campus.
I want to walk you over to the window and show you.
Okay.
But it's not doable, is it?
Let's not mess with anything.
All right, I'll send you a video, but it is mind blowing. They took up an entire city block. Every time they came here, not last night, the night before, and there were people camped out. And every time someone moved their car, they put cones out so that they could block off the entire block.
Yeah. I mean, I guess they have to film the murder scenes at night. Usually because that's when it's usually the hardest. That's when the murders happen. Wait, is SVU murder?
SVU is like sex violent,
Some
sex, right?
I'm sure there's some
Sexual
murder.
violence. I'm sure there's some murder happening. And
There's got to be, yeah.
after the sexual violence, probably.
Special victims.
Special victims.
A special victims
Okay,
unit, not the
there's definitely
sexual
murder,
victims
yeah.
unit. But they do specialize. Like Ice Cube is always like, the John Mulaney bit.
I do.
You're telling me he's into little girls, like whatever he said.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Sex crimes are particularly the worst. I remember something about SVU, the intro, where they say that.
Yeah.
But they are genuinely. I walked outside this morning, and it's the building next door that they've taken over. I wonder, like, someone probably listening knows this, but people live. This is a residential building, and the one next door is identical to it. I wonder if they get paid to like leave their apartment all day. No one can go in and out. It's all like full blown taped up. I don't know if it's for the crew or if it's for like the famous people that they're like bunking in there or something.
Well, go ahead and see if you can be an extra.
I played.
I have always wanted to be a dead body on a show like that.
I know. I just go outside and lay down on the street.
I think there's something incredibly healing probably about coming to terms with your own death. Like, but playing a dead body, I think would really, I don't know, be healing in some way.
Wait,
to
my
be
dumb
dead
fat,
and then come back to life.
my
be
dumb
like,
fat,
What?
my dumb fat, stupid ass just goes outside and lays in the street. Like, what if I just went outside with my stupid, dumb ass and went and laid down in the street too?
See what happens.
What if I almost just went out and laid in the street as well with my dumb
Go
fat ass?
ahead.
I could.
You could.
Okay. Something's got to give. Hey guys, it's me. I want to take a quick break to thank the sponsor of today's episode, Rocket Money. Missing out on a show that everyone is talking about isn't an option for me anymore at this point in my life. I'm constantly signing up for this streaming service or that one. I'm signing up for all of them actually. And then a few months later, I realized I've been paying for this service long after I finished the show. Getting Rocket Money was a game changer for me. They'll find your unwanted subscriptions and even help you cancel them so you never have to worry about them slipping through the cracks.
Rocket Money is a personal finance app that helps find and cancel your unwanted subscriptions, monitor your spending, and helps lower your bills so you can grow your savings. See all of your subscriptions in one place and know exactly where your money's going. For ones you don't want anymore, Rocket Money can help you cancel them.
Rocket Money's dashboard gives you a clear view of your expenses across all your accounts. You can create a personalized budget, see your monthly spending trends, and the new goals feature automatically saves money for you, so you don't have to think about it. Rocket Money will even try to negotiate lower bills for you.
Rocket Money has over 5 million users and has saved a total of $500 million in canceled subscriptions, saving members up to $740 a year when using all of the app's premium features. Cancel your unwanted subscriptions and reach your financial goals faster with Rocket Money. Go to rocketmoney.com/BNC today. That's rocketmoney.com/BNC, rocketmoney.com/BNC.
Feels good to get that off the chest.
Can I open this now?
Oh my God. Oh yeah, you guys, welcome back to Brooke and Connor Make a Podcast. Thank you guys so much for joining us this week. Brooke has something special on her lap.
I do. It's our YouTube. It's our 100K YouTube plaque.
And of course, God works in such mysterious ways. Something had to give. And I think the thing that had to give is I needed to not be present when the thing that I've been begging on my hands and clit for has arrived. And of course, it's our plaque.
Well, here's the thing. You've been begging on your hands and clit, and I was always like, oh yeah, like not as excited as you, but still supporting that venture, of course. But now that I've seen the plaque, I'm like, that's actually like very cool, and we should kiss our brains. What an accomplishment. Thank you, everyone. I'm kind of giddy.
Is it heavy?
No, it's like light as a feather.
Oh, is it like hollow?
Let's see. Oh, wait, let's see what the note is. Do you remember your first subscriber? Your 100th? Your 1000th? Chances are you do. And we know you'll definitely remember your 100,000th subscriber. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, blah. Keep creating, keep building. We can't wait to see what you'll do next. Thank you very much. And when you reach your 1 million subscriber, we may just write to you and ask, do you remember your 100,000th subscriber? Ooh. Sincerely, Neil Mohan, YouTube CEO. Thank you, Neil.
Thanks, Neil. Wow.
Okay. Here it is. Ah. And it has one of those like dry package, like not dry ice, but like dry poison. You know the thing?
Yeah, I want to eat them still.
I know. Here we go. Wow.
Are you unwrapping it?
I just unwrapped it.
It's light as a feather?
It is hollow and light as a feather. Smaller than I thought.
Oh,
Pretty,
it is
though.
small.
Pretty. There's a mirror in it.
It's very thin as well.
No, it's gorgeous. I wouldn't want it any other way.
I want it bigger and heavier, but that's just me.
That's just your preference.
But that's special. Aw, thanks. Thank you guys.
I'm gonna put it somewhere on the shelf. I can't get up right now, but I will do that in the interim between Main and Bone.
And obviously, we remember our 100th, and our 100,000th followers, Paula, Michael, and
Stuart.
Michael Stewart.
Wow.
As well.
Thank you guys.
Thank you guys so much. That was something that I've been waiting for a very, very, very long time. I want to touch it. I want to feel it. And that's something that I'm just going to look forward to doing when I get there.
Yeah.
In P.
We'll see you soon.
But when did you get here? You leave at 3 a.m. And when did you get here?
So this is the quickest travel turnaround I've ever done in my life, which is causing me stress because I just got back from Indiana yesterday. No, I got back from Indiana Sunday night, and then I leave at the house at 3:30 a.m. tonight/tomorrow morning, and it's Tuesday. So I had 2 full days home.
You sound like me.
I know, which is tough for me, but I'm doing it with a smile on my face.
If you can't do it with a smile on your
Do
face,
it with a frown. I'm doing it. I'm doing it with a neutral expression. I feel better about it than I thought I'd feel about it, but not great. Does that make sense?
Yeah, you can do it with like a frown in your cozy earth PJs too. What
gets me the most is this quote. I guess words are affecting me too, Connor, that I saw on TikTok. I don't know if I've shared this already. Your pet is a chapter in your life, but to them, you're their whole book.
Yeah.
That obviously has like completely altered me, and like the thought of just like leaving John is so agonizing because I can't say like I'm coming right back.
Yeah.
Like that's all I want to tell him. Like I'll be right back. That being said, when I got home on Sunday night, he literally was like, "Oh, I don't give a fuck."
Yeah.
Which made me feel better, but worse.
Right.
So I feel better than I thought I would about leaving him again because he genuinely, truly didn't give a shit.
Yeah.
Which obviously hurt my feelings, but I'm happy for him.
Right. If Max's life is a book, it has had many MJ Chalamet night, whatever his name is, twists.
MJ Chalamet night.
MJ Chalamet night, twists and turns. That kind of shit is going on with Max's book because he's in Texas. He's been to Michigan. He's been to Idaho.
Yeah, he's been to a lot of states.
He's been to many states. You remember Snakes on a Plane?
Mm-hmm.
Have you heard of Shits on a Plane?
Mm-hmm.
That was Max's whole chapter in his book, I assume.
Max has a few different chapters, so that's good for him.
Twists and turns. My dad's excited to bring him out this summer, though, after I'm done with Sure. But he will have been in Texas for a year when I get him back. Almost a year, like 2 months short, but 10 months. That's a long time.
Wow.
But he's living his beast life in Texas. He's got a full backyard and shit. But sorry, you're living with me now.
Yeah.
You're sleeping on my chest.
Yeah. John has he's like, as he gets older, he's become like less cuddly, which is so hard. Like he's not sleeping on my face anymore. He's sleeping at the bottom of my bed. Like he'll cuddle for like 10 minutes and then migrate to the bottom of my bed. And now he's been like leaving in the middle of the night for like hours at a time.
Cats are like nocturnal.
Are they?
No.
I thought they were supposed to sleep all the time. No, cats are not nocturnal, but rather crepuscular, meaning they are the most active at dawn and dusk. Yeah, that makes sense. John's very active at dusk. Wait, what is dusk the morning?
Dusk is
like
night.
He does love to cuddle in the morning. TikTok said that's because he's so glad I woke up and I'm not dead.
You read that thing about cats, like if you died and you were dead for like 4 hours, they would eat you?
Thank God. Like if he's hungry and I'm not there to feed him, I would hope so.
Right, but like you could also be in a coma.
You would survive. If you were alive and they started eating you, like they're not eating your heart. They're probably just taking a few bites out that you would survive.
Genuine, real question. If you got out of a coma and you were missing like big, significant chunks of your torso because your cat like was hungry for 12 minutes, and would you be able to look at your cat?
I would say, thank God. Thank God that he didn't go hungry.
Oh,
that would have made like the thought of him being hungry. Eating my torso is much more preferable.
I mean, I don't know the exact amount of days that it like scientifically takes. Dogs like genuinely will starve. Like Max, the same way Max like would never bark or tell me he has to pee or poop. He just stares at me. Like I can't imagine how hard it would be for him to convince himself that he needs to eat my face.
I don't think I think it's way blown out of proportion, the whole the cat will eat you thing. I'm sure she's happened like a few times.
Well, I don't know how they would test that unless they had like someone who loved their pet and then had a camera in their house and was like, oh, they died. Leave them there for a little bit. Let's see how long it takes their cat to eat them. Like how did they do that study? Can we look at that?
I mean, I'm sure they just found a dead body that was eaten a little bit.
Oh, I guess they can test like how long the body's been dead.
Okay, if you died alone, would your cat or dog eat you? Psychology Today. There's little scientific data about how likely it is a dog or cat would try to eat their owner. Blah, blah, blah. Cats may be more predatory than dogs if their owner is deceased. Okay. No, I can't read this. This is making me sad.
Wait, can I read it?
Sure.
Hang on.
But it's making me sad.
A news report that claimed that a man in his 80s died while sitting in an easy chair. After some time, family and neighbors began to become concerned that they hadn't heard from him and he wasn't responding to phone calls or emails. They asked police to carry out a wellness check, and when they entered the apartment, they found the man dead. What was most surprising that they also found his Labrador Retriever lying dead beside him, apparently a victim.
That's what made me sad.
The dog starved to death despite the fact that sitting in the chair was a source of nourishment. While the news report couched that what a weird way to use the word couched this as a wonderful example of love and loyalty on the part of the dog, in more skeptical scientific mind, I wondered just how atypical this behavior was, given the fact that the dog and cats are carnivores, and my expectation would be that the most loving pet would have tried to stay alive by eating the body of their dead owner. So one specific Labrador decided not to eat, which is like not a survival move. Or he just was like, I'm not eating that old man. That's gross. I would eat a younger man or a younger source of nourishment, but his like wrinkly skin is just not looking.
Do you remember how the conversation we were having earlier was making you feel sick?
Oh, that's what it is.
I'm having that experience with this conversation.
Okay. We can stop. Oh, lordy, guys. We want to take a quick break to thank a sponsor of today's episode, Cozy Earth. Okay, Brooke has always been outspoken fan of being cozy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like a new advocate on its behalf, and Cozy Earth, I don't even know like how to put it into words. Like my favorite thing to do now is to shower and put on my Cozy Earth PJs.
My Cozy Earth PJs.
Yeah.
They're not silk, but they feel like silk against your skin. I don't know them. Like, it's like a cotton that feels like air and butter had a baby. Does that make sense?
Yeah, if air and butter had a baby, that's a great way to explain it.
Yeah, thanks. And everyone's talking about Cozy Earth right now. Even the Kardashians are obsessed with it.
I saw that.
The other thing about Cozy Earth, Connor,
what?
You can wear it anywhere.
Stop, you're blowing my mind.
No, I'm like so serious. You can wear it on the plane. You can wear it on the train. You can wear it in a bus.
Oh my.
Oh my.
I have seen people wear them on flights. I'm jealous.
Maybe I'll do that.
I might do that. You should do that when you come to New York.
I have a 3:30 departure time.
How exciting!
So maybe I'll do that tonight.
Yeah, maybe you should do that. And you guys have to try this. Cozy Earth hooked it up with a 40%. This is our biggest discount code, I think, that we have. 40% off discount code. Go to cozyearth.com/B&C or use code B&C at checkout to upgrade your style. Seriously, if you don't get this, you'll regret it. Upgrade your wardrobe, upgrade your comfort with Cozy Earth.
Do you want to hear about Kappa?
Oh my God! Why didn't you tell me about Kappa yet? Yes, I want to hear.
You didn't ask.
Well, we did. We went through my freaking random ass stories of my day and my coffee.
I
and
know
my
you seemed really to need to tell me that.
Well, tell me about Kappa. You seem like you really need to tell me that.
It was great.
It was giving me chills. Every picture I saw of you there, like you genuinely looked like you were having fun.
I had a blast, and I think it was like whatever happened to me at Coachella, where I was like, you literally just like are here.
Yeah.
And you just have to have fun is maybe what happened to me at Kappa. I had a blast. Like I don't even have anything negative to say.
Do you want to go back to school and get your...
No, I think that's why I had a good time. It was like, I'll be in my bed literally tomorrow night.
Yeah.
Like, I think if it was like, oh, this is a 4-year situation, that would be a little bit more challenging for me. But I had a great time. I didn't need my puffer at the frat because of the body heat. Gabby was completely right.
Yeah.
There were other moms. I was talking to the other moms before at the pregame. Like, should we bring our puffers? I don't know. The girls are saying not to bring our puffers. I'm scared I'm going to be cold. But we'd all decided it would be worse to be hot.
At the end of the day.
And so I did not wear my puffer. There were people in puffers there. Okay.
At the end of the day, those Kappa girls have survival skills. They're not like that Labrador that wouldn't eat the old man. They are like, we know how to survive. We know a thing or two about the streets. We know a thing or two about a frat basement. And we know a thing or two about stomping around
Mm-hmm.
with the moms. And we do not need our puffers to stay warm because we have our sisters for body heat.
Yeah. This was at the frat.
We have our brothers under
That-
Christ.
Wow.
Body
This
heat.
was at Phi Sig. Those are my brothers.
Those are the
Like,
brothers.
genuinely, those are my brothers.
It's special to find your chosen family,
Yeah.
especially at IU.
It was really special. Had a great time. Gabby kept saying, like, I'm really worried that, like, you're going to get swarmed. Like, I think probably a lot of this is your demographic. Like, I'm worried that a lot of people listen to the podcast, whatever, blah, blah. And I was like, no, Gabby, it's going to be fine. But I was kind of like thinking maybe I will get some attention. Mm-mm.
No.
Mm-mm. Not Connor. I went in like worried, like scared it was going to be overwhelming. No one.
Not the case
No one
today.
to the point where I was like, has anyone ever listened to Brooke and Connor make a podcast?
Well, I think that specific day in that specific scenario, if I'm thinking about the state of mind I was in when I was going to a day party mixer, I'm not looking for podcasters.
Well, let's just say I went in like a little bit worried and scared and came out a little bit pissed
Oh,
and insecure.
well, something's got to give at the end of the day.
Something's got to give. No, but it was so fun.
It really, truly looks.
I was
so
wearing my
fun.
Ray-Ban Metas, so I was able to take pictures of Gabby and her crush, who I also have a crush on now.
That's
By
good.
the way, I've decided I think younger men is not that young, but like I think I'm gonna set my hinge to like 23. 23. That's fine to say.
Okay, your next book is.
I'm
just gonna be called-
27.
Your next book is just going to be called 23 and Me, a story of a woman searching for a young
I'm
man.
just saying, like, I felt very like they were like, oh, she's so cool, which like I don't feel for men my age. And I think that's nice to be appreciated in that way. That's what I'll say. That's fine to say. That is fine to say.
Lady Efron college tour.
You
When?
can be a cougar.
You can.
I did not say college. I said 23.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
fine. Am I going to get in trouble?
No.
You're making me nervous.
No, I'm literally supporting you. I'm telling you to write a book about it.
Maybe I will, Connor. That is
I
like
am-
that's a big thing in romance.
I know all of the movies right now are like
Younger man.
Nicole Kidman goes to the frats.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. This was Baby Girl
This is Baby
at
Girl.
Kappa.
Well, that's like genuinely dreamy, and I'm excited for you. These are like it's all about self-discovery. That's what college is all about, just finding yourself and learning things about your body.
And then I would say the only negative thing that happened, and I would say like we were all like a perfect level drunk. Like no one was like sloppy or anything, but we were like having the best time. Everything was just the greatest. And then we went to Cane's, which is like, wow, what a fabulous thing to do right now. Like how excited are we to get to experience Cane's at a time like this on a Saturday in Bloomington? What an amazing thing. We get there. One of us had spilled some water on the table or something, like not even like drunkenly, just like someone knocked over water. It happens. Okay. One
Sure.
of the Cane's employees walked by and said with so much attitude, you're going to have to clean up that mess that you so obviously spilled. Okay. Now that put me from complete bliss to literally like I'm seeing the most red that I've ever seen in my life. And then at this point, someone was like, oh, I love your podcast. And I was like, thanks. I have to talk to the manager right now. Thank you.
You did not
I will
talk to the manager, right?
Connor. Well, two more things happened. So first, there was that attitude that he gave me. Okay. Then now we're all pissed. And Channing and Alexa were like pissed, but like a normal amount. And me and Gabby, just because of our DNA, were like, this is completely unacceptable. Then he came back and threw napkins at us. He threw napkins at us and said, for your mess. Keep in mind, it is water. It is water. It is a water spill. Okay? In the middle of the day in Bloomington, Indiana on the IU's campus. Okay? During Mom's Weekend. So a little water spill that we had every intention of cleaning up. Okay? Then now me and Gabby are completely like beside ourselves. Then he walks by again. Gabby had a little bit of attitude back and said, we cleaned up. And he said, thanks, love. That was the respectful choice. And then at this point, Gabby said, what is your name? He gave us his name. And then Gabby said, Channing said, can we please speak to the manager? Okay. So we did. And that was the first time that I've ever spoken to the manager was this past weekend. How does that sit with you?
No. I wasn't there. Okay. But I also have never worked at a fast food restaurant on a college campus.
I was gonna say, like, I put in my notes, like, to really like fully expose this person whose name I have, and then I said, you know what, Brooke, he's probably like Ms. So I'm not gonna do that. But this is me taking the high road, Connor. I can't even explain the attitude that I received. Know that this is me taking the high road.
Yeah, no, and I appreciate you taking the high road. I think
threw the napkins at us.
Yeah, I again, I wasn't there. My heart goes out to individuals that have dealt with me when I was 19, drunk at Whataburger.
I'm telling you,
campus.
No, Connor, I'm telling you, like, we were not even like sloppy drunk. Like, we had simply spilled water.
No.
Sure,
I don't
I'm
think
sure he's like obviously like in a state, which I can appreciate. I'm sure I would be too, but like I've never.
No, I bet it was some frat group of people that came in right before you that like spit on him or something, you know?
No, I think that there was hate in his heart. I really do.
I think it just, he took it out on you guys probably, but I'm just assuming also. I'm just making up a
You
story.
are giving him the benefit of the doubt, I promise, which is a sweet thing to do and a noble thing to do. If you were at that table, Connor, and it was like, I literally have never in my life.
Oh Lord, you got someone.
And the manager didn't even care.
I'm sure.
And Gabby had sent the three of us away because she was like, let me handle this. She was like, I feel like you're not taking this seriously, to the manager. Like, it was really like we were really we were really upset. And that's what I was saying. We obviously, that's when people were like, oh, I love your podcast. And I was like, I actually have to speak to the manager right now. So I want to apologize to those people. That's not really who I am usually. This was an extenuating circumstance based off the way that we were treated at the Bloomington, Indiana Canes. Okay.
Oh my gosh. It reminds me of, there was this one time we were at UT and we went to IHOP. Or no, we were in Dallas. We went to IHOP, but it was a huge weekend for our football teams. It was like our rivalry weekend. And we all went to IHOP like late at night. And it was super late. And I remember it was super late because someone at our table was pouring the syrup just right into their mouth from those like little fun containers. See,
now that I can understand, just an employee being like, shut the fuck, like, stop. I'm telling you, Connor, we were so benign.
No, this is not a story involving staff.
At
all. It just reminds me of this story. Then a girl comes up to one of the girls at our table and just grabs her ponytail and rips her out of it. And starts just like girl fighting, like hitting with the side of your fist, like in those fights that you see. Starts doing that. So then another girl at our table jumps on her and they start fighting. The original girl, got a look at her face and goes, oh my God, I thought you were someone else. And
bad.
They all stopped fighting. They're like, oh, thank God. Okay. We didn't know we thought we were being like jumped or whatever. And everything ended. I obviously was frozen in shock. So it's good to know in those situations. And again, this is like, has nothing to do with the staff. The staff actually did not do anything at this IHOP.
Yeah.
And there was a lot happening, but with this fight, no one called the cops. No one did anything. My ass didn't move. You know how people have like fight or flight?
Mm-hmm.
The third option is just, I think,
paralysis.
Because I'm a freezer.
Yeah, I get that.
What do you do?
Let's just say you wouldn't have been able to freeze when this employee was involved. Let's just say he inspired action with his attitude.
I don't think I would do anything there either. I would just be like mad.
Well, I wouldn't have asked. I wouldn't have asked for the manager, but I wouldn't have asked for the manager. I didn't ask for the manager. I still think that's not something I'm capable of. But in this situation, I did speak to the manager when he was summoned because I was so. And then Gabby sent me away because I just kept saying, I have never felt compelled to do this. Did you just burp? Is that why you're looking that way?
Did you not hear that, really?
I heard you burp.
I didn't burp.
What was it?
It was like a doorbell, but I don't know what I don't, that thing keeps happening when I'm in this apartment. I don't know what I'm supposed to do because I don't know if I don't know if I'm supposed to let Amazon in or something.
Anyway, now I'm having like obviously horrible anxiety that I'm coming across as a brat between this and my Anthropologie customer service experience. But I think I'm just trying to grow a backbone.
Good. It's important to grow a backbone.
Thanks. Hey guys, we want to take a quick break to thank a sponsor of today's episode, Bumble. All right, let's talk dating. Specifically, dating without all the weird rules, unnecessary pressure, and random advice from your aunt who met her husband at a gas station in 1987.
Yeah, so true. And there has been so many more rules. TikTok stepped in. Never mind my aunt who met her husband at a gas station in 1987. There's been so many rules brought to you by every person on TikTok that's like, if he doesn't do this on the first date, if she doesn't text you this, no. Dating should be fun, not a full-time job where you're constantly trying to figure out if you're doing it right, you know?
Why is that so true?
It is, I don't know. It just came from my gut and I said it. I don't know. That's why we love Bumble. It's literally built for you to date your way, whether you're looking for something serious, something casual, or someone who also watches Love Island religiously.
And Bumble actually helps you show who you are from the start. You can filter by interests, set your dating intentions, and even answer profile prompts that let your personality shine. Like, imagine not having to start every conversation with, so what do you do? Yeah.
Literally, what do you do?
That is my business alone.
Yeah, I'm not telling you. It's less about do they like me and more about do I even like them? And that's the energy we should all be bringing into dating this year.
So if you're tired of overthinking everything and just want to meet people who get you, date your way on Bumble. Download the app and get started now.
I forgot what I was going to say.
Okay, well, here's something.
It wasn't going to be productive at all. So yeah, take it, please.
Why don't British people have their accents when they're singing?
I don't know. I just thought that was a thing.
Well, some do, but then most don't. Like, why is Jonathan Bailey not singing Dancing Through Life? Like, he's very much saying dancing. With that American A.
I've never.
Why wouldn't he just do dancing?
I've never even at all looked into this. Even Adele, who's got the most thick Hackney accent or whatever, wherever she's from, she goes, never mind.
Exactly.
I'll find someone like you.
Why?
Hello, it's me.
But then you have Ed Sheeran who does sing in British.
I'm in love with the shape of you.
No, in the dark, a few between my arms, barefoot on the grass. He says grass. I remember that specifically because I was doing karaoke to that song and had like a moment of panic. Like, do I say grass or grass? And it ended up coming out as like grace.
You had a moment of Brit panic?
Yeah, of panic on that stage. But yeah, I can permission to grab my phone, Connor.
Grab your phone. You've always had permission from me.
Why don't Brits sing in a British accent?
I think it's because
while it might seem like Brits don't always sing with a strong British accent, the reality is that many do. Okay, but some don't. Factors like the nature of singing, cultural expectations, and the dominance of American pop music can make their accents less noticeable when singing, often leading to a sound closer to a general American accent.
That's what I was going to say. Not to be so like American elitist, but I do feel like a lot of... I just watched the Amy Winehouse movie. I don't know if I told you that.
Should have been me.
It should have been you. It really should have been anyone else besides the girl who played it, even though...
I haven't seen it.
I do like her as an actress, and she was really good in industry, which is what she's in. But she did not look or sound or really even act like the Amy Winehouse that I know. Not to be an Amy Winehouse expert.
No, you love Amy.
Amy Winehouse expert here. But I am a huge fan, and I don't feel like it was a good casting. But why did I talk about her? Oh,
British singing.
because there was like a big point there where they were like, hey, to make money, we really need to break into the American markets, and this one is not going to do it. And so I think that there's just like a really big pull to appeal to Americans in music globally. I don't think it's like, so I think that not that we would care. Hey, British people, we would love if you use your accents.
I would love if Jonathan Bailey would sing Dancing Through Life.
It's kind of fun to play pretend for us a little bit, even.
But now I'm seeing that it has to do with just like the way that the vowels are when you sing.
Yeah. The vowels. Oh, yeah, maybe.
It's not just British people who lose their accent while singing. We all do. A British person could say the same about an American singer.
I don't think that that's true. Who wrote that article?
This is Reddit.
Oh. You know
Oh my God.
Reddit.
Japanese language. All right. We're good. Okay.
What?
Yeah. Apparently we all lose our accents. The muscle we use for singing are different than the muscles we use for talking. It's not that the accent disappears. It neutralizes because singing techniques are pretty universal. In the early days, foreign pop musicians were coached to sing more American. The United States has a significantly larger and more profitable music industries. Okay. Interesting. Well, let me know if you guys.
Wait, was I exactly right?
Kinda.
Oh, wow. That's cool. That has never happened. So that's fun. I have two things to tell you.
Okay.
They're just like one-off, like little things that I noted because it's made me laugh.
Okay.
Okay, so last night I went to have a Guinness, which is my new thing that I like, is Guinness, having Guinness.
I like beer now.
You are becoming like you're becoming more up my alley now that I'm living abroad.
Hey, I'm starting to like you.
Distance is like
hey, you're starting to grow on me.
making us like branch together, which is crazy. We'll have to get a beer
Right,
while
you're starting to get cozy, and I'm starting to like Guinness.
No, genuinely.
No,
like,
I don't think I like Guinness.
Guinness took until I went to Ireland to actually drink a Guinness to completion. But last night I went.
beers that taste like a half water, half soap.
Okay.
Like more of a light beer.
Like a Coors Light. You probably like a Coors Light.
Probably.
Yeah. Well, my buddy, he's British, and he's like having a Guinness at this bar that you would really like. Simon Fraser. He's a comedian.
Okay.
He's really funny. He's so he was at this bar that you would really like. This is where Jason Momoa was last week. This bar called Swift, and it's named after Jonathan Swift, an Irish poet.
I love it, Jonathan.
Yeah,
and I love a good Jonathan.
And so we're sitting there, we're having a Guinness, and we're talking, and Simon gets up to go to the restroom, and there's a couple next to us, and they're clearly on a first date. My phone's on 4%, so I couldn't even pretend like I was on my phone. I was just staring straight ahead and listening to their first date. We're sitting at the bar, so I'm right next to the dude. And this is when I clock into their conversation, the first thing I hear is, and the shape of pears make sense to me. Because if you think about the way they hang and the way water would flow into the fruit itself, it forms sort of like bottom heavy, and it almost looks like a water droplet. And then where I lose any logic here is when we start talking about apples. The shape of apples don't make as much sense as the shape of pears. And I was like, this is the most awesome conversation for a first date.
I was literally about to say that is you on a first date, probably.
I was like, this is so like, Brooke, genuinely, I was like,
about to pull up a chair.
No, I was like, and then I was like, oh, I can't. Like, what am I doing? Like, I've had half of one beer and I'm ready to chime in on someone's first date. But I was like, oh my God, so true. And I couldn't hear if she was even responding to him. But I was about to just.
That was the guy that was saying that? I don't know why I had assumed the girl.
No, it was the guy. And I was like, it was so funny. Like, doesn't the shape of pears make so much sense? And I was like, yes, she does. And
he would have had my heart in that moment.
They get up to leave. He had offered me a phone charger because he heard me ask the bartender if I could charge my phone for a second. And he's like, I have one, but it was the old one. I was like, oh, thank you so much. And they got up to leave. And I was like, I'll see you later. And he's like, by the way, love the podcast. The dude on the first date.
Can't say the same about the people in Bloomington.
I know. What a damn shame. I think we need to step up our.
I'm kidding. I don't care.
We need to step up our Indiana talk.
I genuinely, I hope people understand that I don't actually care. It was like more of like a funny, like, oh damn type of thing. You know what I mean?
We all have those oh damn moments.
Thank you.
Well, he said love the podcast.
That's
I was like,
sweet.
I was like, I really wanted to chime in on your parrot conversation, by the way. And they were both laughing.
Oh,
So,
I hope that
yeah.
it went well.
I hope that sparked like a circling back on the conversation surrounding the shapes of fruits for them. Because
Yeah.
I thought it was like a really good topic to bring up, especially because there were fruits at the bar and he was just using his surroundings to start
Good for
conversation.
him.
I think that's really admirable.
I do too.
You don't have to talk about anything serious. You don't have to talk about people's families. You don't have to talk about your past, your future, your present even, or politics or religion. You can talk about the shape of fruits.
That's nice.
At the end of the day.
'Cause,
That is
yeah,
a level playing field
it's
for all.
refreshing to not be doing get to know you questions.
And it's not even small talk.
Oh, maybe this is even the get to know you.
That might be the get
More
to know
so than the where are you from?
Why your
etc.
tooth brown?
And why your tooth brown and why you have no tooth.
Why you have no tooth?
Yeah.
I had something funny happen today. So did you see my Instagram story yesterday where I saw a young man with a tote bag worn backpack style? Yeah. So I posted that yesterday. It set the internet ablaze, to be honest. I've never had more responses. I've never had more shares.
Wow.
Wow. And the people have begun to talk. And so I wore mine out of respect for the young man that I posted yesterday. I wore mine backpack style today. Hamburger style instead of hot dog style. Mm-hmm. And someone DM'd me and I was like, oh, a fan. I open it and he said to me, I saw two dudes kissing yesterday and this is actually gayer than that. Okay. That I was wearing a bag like a backpack.
Okay.
And I thought that was the funniest thing that I've ever seen. So thank you all for I'm assuming we got muted are you muted?
No.
Oh, okay. Okay. Wasn't sure because
no, not at all. Why?
I thought that was really funny. I don't know.
Calling things gay is back. And when it's used by a gay person or an ally, it's hysterical. But sometimes I can't tell.
Well, that's like, I
would need to get to know him more.
Oh, okay. Well, I think that was, I didn't look at his profile or anything, but but
that doesn't scream as an ally. That doesn't scream gay to me. It just screams like quirky. Like
I think it was just something to break through the noise, but I was just laughing.
That's fine. You can laugh.
It was great that no one else did. Let's leave that in and see if one person that listens to the podcast even laughs at that.
I bet they will.
Yeah, I'm sure that someone will, even though I'm over here sweating. My tits are sweating off.
Are your pants on or off right now?
My pants are on. So I'm out of underwear officially. I need to do wash.
Is your new apartment going to have a washer dryer in unit?
Yeah, okay. I need to ask you this. Have you ever heard of a washer dryer that's the same machine?
I have, but like I have no experience with them or know nothing about them.
Because I had that burning
That seems to make the most sense.
I don't really, so it drains and then it heats up and dries? Because that's what I have.
That's what the litter robot does, in a way.
Yeah, I just don't see how that could be effective at all. I'm probably going to be spending so much money on washing and drying my stuff in terms of.
Well, thankfully, I feel like it will wash. You know, it might not dry. And drying is something that you can just do when you put your clothes out in the open.
I guess.
You can probably get them to at least damp in that machine.
You spend so much money on rent and you still have to layer that to dry.
Well, let's see. We don't know. Let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Yeah. I'm trying to think.
Should we talk about White Lotus?
I can talk about White Lotus, but I really I had an idea for a segment on here that we've never done before, but I kind of want to do like pop culture that wouldn't cross your desk that I'm aware of. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't feel like you do based on that. Yeah.
No, I do know what you mean.
Like, because I feel like we don't when I tell you about certain stuff, like, have you heard of Bad Baby and Alabama Barker beefing?
No.
Does that sound like an ad lib to you?
No, I know. Well, I know Alabama. I don't know Bad Baby.
It's Bahad Bahabi.
Oh, is she on TikTok?
She's Gucci flip flops.
I don't know her.
Bahad Bahabi and Alabama Baharker. She's
No,
her.
I don't know. I don't
She's
know.
Catch Me Outside. How about that? That's her. Remember her from Dr. Phil?
Yes.
That's her, and they're beefing. And that was an example that I was giving. That being said, I don't know why. I don't know why they're beefing. There's something to do with like Alabama is hooking up with one of her Bahad Bahabi's exes or something, and now Bad Baby dropped like a diss track. That's as far as we can go. I'm actually never gonna be able to tell anyone about beef between rappers, but I'm gonna have a better segmented thing next week where I do pop culture, trending pop culture topics that have not come across Brooke's desk, I assume. And
Well, do I get to do something like maybe in the book or the Broadway space?
Please, yeah, I encourage you.
I have one.
Okay, hit me.
Okay, I'm going to say a name and you're going to tell me who this person is. This is
Okay.
somebody that I've probably talked about in probably 20 plus episodes. Okay?
Okay.
Jonathan Larson. What does that name mean to you?
I know what it is. I know he's in something, but I can't remember what it is. You've just got so many Jonathans on your.
This is the number one Jonathan who my cat is named after.
Yeah, I know. I knew that. Jonathan Bailey, Jonathan Larson, Jonathan. He's in a play.
Come on,
what
man.
play is he in? Rent.
You're close.
What's your play?
Okay, Jonathan Larson. You want me to tell you or are you getting there?
He's in a play that you like, and I can't remember what it is. Yeah, tell me what
Are you
play.
thinking of Jonathan Groff?
Oh, damn.
Okay, Jonathan Larson is the creator of Rent.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
And
yeah.
also
I
Tick
was
Tick
almost there.
Boom. Andrew Garfield
Yeah,
played
yeah.
him in Tick Tick Boom.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. And you know, Tick Tick Boom is about the feeling that he was running out of time before he made something of himself, and then
Yeah.
came Rent, which
And then he
like
died. Yeah,
completely changed the course of Broadway history, and then he died
Right.
right before opening night. He never got to see what he did. Okay. So I am, doing my best to try to keep continuing his legacy. Small thing I can do is name my cat after him and just continue to talk about him, etc. Okay.
Yeah.
There's a new show off Broadway that I'm going to next month called The Jonathan Larson Project, which is a collection of all of the music of his that was never released. How cool is that?
Wow. From Beyond the Grave.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah. And that's that. Exactly. So I'm really excited about that, Connor.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's very cool. And now I'm
Thank
never
you.
going to forget Jonathan Larson.
Yeah. Say that name, Jonathan Larson.
And
Keep
go
his
ahead and
legacy alive.
go ahead and say Bahad Bahabi for me.
Bahad Bahabi.
Thank you.
Wow.
Out of respect. Put some respect on Bahad Bahabi while we're at it. Okay, cool. Well, that's all I have for your pop culture update. I wish I could have explained it better as well as you explained Jonathan Larson to me. But I
What I
can't.
have for my Broadway update. I like this. I like this idea.
Yeah, it's fun. I thought it was because I was putting some stuff in and I didn't want to sound like another individual that talks about young people's gossip because I just don't, I never want to be that person and I don't really care that much about other people's
Well,
gossip.
how about
But
you
I
find something that you really care about?
Yeah, next week I'll do something that, like this Luigi Mangione, he's going to have a mistrial, allegedly,
Yeah.
and be let go because they didn't read him his Miranda rights and they like said he wasn't being, what's it called when you're in handcuffs?
Read his Miranda rights?
When he's in handcuffs.
Oh, captive?
Yeah, not held captive though. It's not pirates. Like you're not being, what is he? What was he being? Does anyone know what's it
Contained?
called? Not contained either.
Held?
Not
prisoner?
Not held prisoner. Not a prisoner of war. He's being held. Anyone.
He
You're
was being held.
Hang on, I can look it up. I can do it. Hang on. He
Are you
is
talking about the action of him being held in handcuffs?
custody.
Oh, good one.
Someone said they were like, you are not in custody. He was in fact in custody. And what's funny is when I got arrested, they did not read me my Miranda rights. And when I told my lawyer that, this was when I was 19, They were like, "Oh, you watch too much TV,
Yeah.
son. Like you do not get your Miranda rights read, do you?" And I was
But
like,
why
"What?"
would TV take that liberty? Like you don't. It just gives you more lines.
Yeah, I also don't. Yeah, I don't totally get. I should look into that before just like spewing that I do not understand.
Good
Am I right?
point. That could
But
be. How about next week you teach us about Miranda rights?
I would be happy to.
Okay, so no one tell us that we were wrong. Connor's going to come back next week and let us know.
And I'm going to learn a couple things myself. I am going on tour on Friday.
Okay.
I'm going to be in Baton Rouge and New Orleans over the weekend. I'm so excited.
That's
to be
fun.
back on tour and to be like working. And I'm going to be on tour with Jake.
That's so fun.
I understood super late in the game that no one understood what dates I was doing with Jake because we made a graphic that had an arrow pointing to one single date that we collab posted. And everyone was like, I don't get it. You're doing one date and you posted a poster. Doing all the dates that I posted.
Okay.
Just want to be very clear.
Okay. Well, I'll see you tomorrow.
I'll see your ass tomorrow in New York City.
Yep.
And question.
Yeah.
Thursday we're going to see Little Shop of Horrors. Right? What time?
Let's offline about it.
Well, because I have the follow up with my therapist at 7 p.m.
Okay, it's at 7 p.m. So reschedule that. I'm proud of you for making it. This time, make it at a different time where we're not going to see Little Shop of Horrors. You can't bail on Little Shop.
Like the play starts at
it starts at 7. You should be at the theater at 6:45.
How interesting that the stars have aligned in such a negative way.
You can reschedule a follow-up with a therapist. You can't reschedule seeing Little Shop of Horrors with your friends.
That's true. Well, damn.
Look at me and tell me you're going to reschedule.
I'm going to try to reschedule.
No.
It was hard to get this person to have availability at all.
There's no way this is happening.
That is legitimately, I was worried that would happen. I thought 7 p.m. for New York City was a little bit early to start a play.
No.
But that was my fear. I am going to email. So my attempt will be made, but I'm not.
Lord in heaven.
I can't promise.
Lord in heaven.
I know it.
There's no way.
No, and it's literally going to be like a 5-10 minute call.
I mean, then just like come into the show late. You'll be missing a really great opening number, but.
Yeah, no, obviously I'm not going to not go. I'm on.
Oh, that was my understanding.
I'm like 12 seats down from you guys in the same row, but sitting by myself. So looking forward to that.
Yay, me too. I'm so excited.
Me too.
Okay, I'll see you then.
Let's hop over to the bonus now.
Okay. See you there. Yay, bye.
Bye.
This week on Close Friends.
I have something really insane to say. I'm so sorry to switch gears.
Sorry, I just got depressed.
Incest. That's when there's a hint of incest.
If you could eat anything right now, what would it be?
I'm not giving you attitude, love, but just be respectful with me.
Okay, love.
People are like, "Do you wash your ass?" And they're like, "Well, I wash my hair and then it goes down to my ass."
Sign up on tmgstudios.tv to watch the full bonus episode.